Command and control does not need to exist as a democratic centralist type of authority, as seen with Leninists and Stalinists, but more in the sense of unit responsibility and coordination. A commander is not there to control someone in a political sense, although they are used that way. They do not have to be. The commander is there to keep you alive. It may not seem apparent because they are often ordering people to do dangerous actions, but if a commander is acting responsibly, those actions will be a necessary risk for preserving more life from attacks. This is especially true in the modern battlefield of dispersion and large firepower. Units need to be coordinated strategically and operationally by command and control units so that they stay within range of supporting fires, communicate fields of fires, avenues of movement, and positions so they can be resupplied, evacuated, or reinforced. Modern armies are not strategically or operationally decentralized, just tactically, and only on a local, small unit scale and certain capacities relating to mostly formations of movement, pace, and gear selection. Most other elements must come from command units, or be a collaboration between the command and non-command unit, with the command unit dictating how the unit can be supported and how their actions fold into the greater objectives of the whole force. Field army to corps control and coordination is essential for concentrating fires of large caliber weapons on a point. This is essential for achieving a breakthrough. Otherwise, a war of attrition is being fought and is severely destructive to the civilian population. This large unit warfare is essential for creating a combined arms effect. The U.S. Army currently organizes its combined arms units as brigade combat teams, but that has to do with the modern firepower per soldier ratios and the current strategic interests of the Army. This is a smaller combined arms structure than the old divisional one, but still links brigade combat teams into the corps and higher units so fires can support each other and be used for concentration. Combined arms requires control and skilled command staff to be able to provide the necessary material for unit success. Speed is an essential skill for the control units as it allows orders to be generated quicker than the enemy, allowing them to be overwhelmed. Responding to a situation faster is as essential as any other part of effective action or response to the enemy. Order generation does not require a central authoritative figure, but authoritative rules about the what and how of rules of engagement of the orders. The maneuver force is one of the most essential elements in combined arms war. Without them, the breakthrough cannot be exploited and is rendered useless. It adds to the compounding effect of quicker and more intelligent order generation, leading to a deteriorating of situation for the enemy. As the force penetrates deeper into the enemy territory faster than their withdrawal, captured supplies can sustain the movement and allow the compounding effects to continue. If command can further exploit this gap, then the enemy will lose all ability to respond in a way that guarantees enemy success. There is a difference between military and political organizations. The inherent hierarchy of military organizations does not dictate a hierarchy in political life, even for the soldier. Our military structures should not be direct reflections of our political desires, as they have separate goals fundamentally, and therefore require different functions. If winning is to be a focus, not making a symbolic point, then the military struggle against the empire needs to be addressed. This is done by looking at how military struggle succeeds. Ideological lines are held, but theory does not interfere with the capability to generate violence against the empire. The empire has over 1 million security personnel between police and military, not including private military forces and foreign unit support. This is a volunteer propagandized force that will not yield unless made to by military force. Appealing to their humanity does nothing to root out the structural causes that make the force able to exist. Our ability to generate propaganda to turn a soldier will never be faster than their ability to stop the propaganda without militant security. At every point we attempt nonviolent action that is effective but is unguarded, the state easily destroys the movement. The empire we are facing is also well hardened against unconventional warfare and decentralized forces. With much of this mobile force in the mainland of the empire, they can easily isolate, surround, and defeat resistance. Their ability to maneuver is the essential component to power projection. but it is a double-edged sword. The maneuver element works well against dug-in static defensive lines, or isolated immobile forces. Its counter is to maneuver against it. This is compounded by the strategy being located in the core of the empire, which is naturally protected by the oceans and political alliances, making it very susceptible to large, centralized, surprise mobile resistance happening within that vulnerable zone. The centralization is very important because without it, the mobile force would not be able to utilize combined arms and stay mobile. The rapid speed and need for support means that command and control is essential to keep that mobile force protected and able to threaten the enemy. A mobile force cannot be making decisions as a decentralized body of cadres without risking friendly fire, total unit destruction, and a breakdown of strategic objectives and support. Cadres need to come together under a single formation with a hard anti-imperialist line against the police and the military, especially the military. This may seem like an overwhelming challenge at first, but people often forget that a huge amount of mobile assets sit virtually unguarded, with at most MPs who are not ready for a serious challenge. The Empire also has a lack of QRF able to respond to situations like this. We are talking about being able to appropriate large amounts of firepower very quickly and overwhelming them before any response can happen. They can have all the soldiers and defense assets they want, but without an appropriately sized QRF, the whole system can be overwhelmed with a relatively smaller but faster reacting force.